Hi, and welcome to another edition of Snippets with me, Didia Danki, bringing you the trending story on the internet today. Let's get into it. For our first story, iShowSpeed made his WrestleMania debut yesterday. He was in a bout with Jake Paul and other prominent WrestleMania fighters or athletes. Yes, it was fun. What can't iShowSpeed do? What do you think about it? The guy is doing soccer, he's doing athletics, now he's doing wrestling. What can't iShowSpeed do? Yes, but in all this, I think he's having fun, and it just goes to show us how versatile we can be as human beings if we allow ourselves and we are not restricted by boundaries and by societal restrictions. Yes, so he has made his debut in WrestleMania. We can't wait to see what he does next, or maybe he eventually gets into another sport. But in all of it, we are happy and we can't wait to see what he brings to the internet next. Moving on to the next story, President Mahama has clarified the notion that the tricycle that was recently released for the rural areas, it's not an ambulance. It's just a means to bridge the gap between the rural areas and the health workers.
Let me be clear. If you don't understand something, ask. Don't jump to conclusion. Those tricycles are not ambulances. Those tricycles are meant for the health workers and the health volunteers to go from village to village for screening. That is what they are meant for. And so at the back of the tricycle, they have a compartment where they can keep vaccines. To keep the vaccines cool, it's at the back of the tricycle.
So the health workers need a means to get to the rural areas when they are going for vaccinations, when they have to respond to emergency situations. Yes, so the tricycle is equipped with facilities that helps the health workers carry vaccines, preserves them, and some important first aid items that they would need when they go to these rural areas. So yes, it's not an ambulance as you thought. It is a means of transport to bridge the gap between the rural areas and the health workers until they get a health facility in those areas, and there will be no need for these tricycles. Yes, we all want healthcare, good healthcare, but in its stead, what should we have? We need a means. Till that is solved, we need a means to reach those people. And if this is a means that saves lives and preserves people, then we'll take whatever we can get. So yes, thank you to President Mahama for providing something. Even if this is for the meantime, it helps solve health crisis, we'll take it and wait for the bigger ones. But as this has come, we've grabbed it with both hands. We appreciate it. Thank you. Lives will be saved. Moving on to our last story. Yes, Rema is in the news. He's talking about his childhood and his upbringing and growing up. He recounts stories about when his brother passed away and how he was filled with so much anger and hate because apparently there was a party being held in his neighborhood the same time the brother died. And imagine if you are mourning and someone is partying. It just feels with so much hate. It makes you feel like the person you lost wasn't worth it, or it wasn't important enough to even mourn the person for a few days before the party held.
That too. We want to inspire some people and we want to know more about your journey.
It's so deep. Sometimes it hurts me sometimes that I forget. I actually do forget because I feel like I have information overload in my brain, and I just like put some in the bin. It happened so slow. The suffer was so long, and with the success, it's just I really want to hold on to the anger of those moments. But now everything is good. It's just like I'm so pissed. I was so pissed. Even going back to my city, I was so pissed about how much I was going from pub to pub to pub. In London, you guys call it pub. Call it bar, going to bar to bar to bar. The neglection, watching people insult my mom, see my mom trek. It's just so painful, man. Sometimes you don't want to forgive the world. You just want to make it big and just disappear, right? And I love my city so much, but I held so much grudge for a little bit because my city hurt me.
So he's been talking and he's recounted how much hate he felt during that time, and even still tries to hold on to that hate now because that's sort of like his driving force. He doesn't want to see his family go through that period again where they were at the mercy of other people's benevolence. So that pushes him to try harder to do more for his family. And we like where that has taken him, because the Rema we know now is as a result of his experiences and what has shaped him. And he's now a beautiful human being who produces amazing music that sort of calms us. Even though he's going through his demons, he's making music that calms us, that conveys his experiences to us. And we love that. Thank you, Rema. Even though I don't think that was a light conversation to have. You opened up and showed us a bit of your life that otherwise wouldn't have known. So thank you, and we wish you healing and the best so that you achieve peace in this quest. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed today's episode because the stories were really insightful, calming, and reflective. Yes, stick and stay with us, like, share, and subscribe, and come back for another episode.